I was a junior in high school when it happened, and to this day I swear it changed the way I look at classrooms, hallways, even just the sound of footsteps outside a closed door. It started out like the most normal Tuesday you could imagine. I had history class after lunch, and I was already in that post-pizza coma. You know, the one where you're half awake, trying to keep your eyes open, doodling in your notebook while pretending to take notes. My teacher, Miss Jenkins, was up front, talking about the Cold War. She's one of those teachers who really tries, but you can tell half the class checks out. Ryan, my best friend, leaned over and whispered a joke about the sub we had in gym earlier, and I had to bite my lip to keep from laughing. That's when the intercom buzzed. Attention staff and students. We are now in lockdown. This is not a drill. Please follow all procedures immediately. It was Mr. Harkins, our principal. His voice was usually steady, even cheerful, but this time it cracked a little. And I'll tell you this, when a principal says, "This is not a drill," your entire body reacts before your brain does. The room went dead silent. Miss Jenkins froze like she couldn't believe what she'd just heard. For a split second, she was just standing there, staring at us. And then she moved, fast. She locked the door, pulled a thick piece of black paper across the window, and whispered, "Everyone, corner, now!" And the thing about real lockdowns? They're not like the drills. No nervous laughter, no whispered jokes. We all just scrambled into the corner of the room, crouched down, pressed up against each other, trying to make ourselves small. I remember the way Emily, this girl who normally acted like she didn't care about anything, grabbed my arm so tight her nails dug in. Ryan, who never shuts up, was breathing so loud I thought someone could hear him from the hallway. And me? My heart was hammering so hard I could barely breathe. At first I told myself it had to be a mistake. Maybe there was a fight outside. Maybe someone saw a stray dog. But then, I heard it. Footsteps. Not the quick rush steps of a teacher or security guard. These were slow, heavy, deliberate, each step echoing down the linoleum hallway. They stopped at a door a few rooms down. I heard the handle jiggle. Then a metallic clang. My stomach dropped. Whoever it was, they were checking the doors. The sound moved closer, door handles rattling one by one. The tension in our room was, honestly, unbearable. Miss Jenkins held a finger to her lips, her hands shaking but her eyes fierce. We didn't move. Then the footsteps stopped. Right, outside, our door. The handle jiggled, slow like someone was testing it. Thank God she had locked it. But then came this sound. 3 soft taps on the glass. Tap, tap, tap. Nobody moved. Not a breath, not a whisper, just silence. Broken only by my pounding heartbeat. The tapping stopped. After a few long seconds, the footsteps started again, fading down the hall. I thought maybe it was over, but then came a loud bang from somewhere deeper in the school. It echoed through the building, and someone in our class let out a muffled sob. Miss Jenkins reached out, squeezing their shoulder, her face tight with fear but calm enough to keep us from breaking. Minutes passed like hours. My legs were cramping from crouching, my throat dry. Ryan leaned close and whispered, barely audible, "Do you think they'll come back?" I didn't answer, because honestly, I didn't know. Then, out of nowhere, someone's phone buzzed. The sound cut through the silence like a gunshot. Miss Jenkins shot across the room and snatched it, her eyes blazing with this look that said, "Do not let that happen again." Time dragged, 10 minutes, 20, maybe more. I lost track. Every creak of the building made us flinch. At one point, I swore I heard faint voices somewhere down the hall, but it could have been my imagination. Finally, after what felt like a lifetime, the intercom buzzed again. "Attention students and staff, the lockdown has been lifted. Please remain in your rooms until further instruction. Law enforcement is clearing the building." No one moved, not right away. We just sat there, frozen, staring at each other. Then some kids started crying, quiet at first, then louder. Ryan wiped his eyes, pretending it was nothing. Emily let go of my arm, and I saw little red marks where her nails had been digging in. When officers finally came to escort us out, their faces were serious, their movements sharp. Single file. Quiet. "Let's go," one of them said. We walked quickly out the back doors onto the football field. Parents were already lined up along the fences, some screaming their kids' names, others sobbing into their phones. Later, we found out someone had been spotted outside the school with a weapon. They'd tried the doors but never made it inside. The tapping on the glass? That wasn't some sick prank, that was real. And here's the part that still gets me. They never caught whoever it was. Every time I sit in that classroom now, I can't stop staring at the door, waiting for the handle to turn, listening for footsteps. And I don't laugh during drills anymore. None of us do. Because when you've lived through the real thing, you know exactly how fragile that locked door really is.